Okay, been cleaning my wheels. Didn't think to mention this to you guys earlier, but I've gotten rid of that little shiny spot that used to show up whenever I had the wheel under the light. You'd see a little shiny spot. The way I get rid of that is I just take my knife and I just scuff it there, and then I scuff it up right here on this outer edge too. And when I glue my tires up, I'll show you why you want to do that. That little ridge right there. At any rate, it's not shiny there anymore, as you can see. Now, my wheels are all prepped up. Just gotta clean them. I don't clean them yet because I like to play with my inserts first. Make sure how they're gonna fit. I know it sounds silly, but this is the fronts. They're on the wheel. And you can kind of see that insert is kind of about the same on the front and rear. The insert hangs over the rim about the same. And this is a front. But what you might want to note is you see how it's contoured. This is cut to fit down in these little grooves here. And that's going to give you the stability you want back and forth. It kind of helps center it up. And that's why it's important when you put your tires on that you want to try to keep all that centered up. You won't really be able to see it though. You got to actually pull the tire back and look down in it. We'll get to that, but just want you to see how that is. The distance between the center to the outside, just right down the middle. And this is how it should look. So you get an idea of how you want to put these inserts in your tire. You don't have to worry too much. There's really not much to worry about as far as how you insert the insert into the tire. Now, note on this one. See how the insert doesn't, the wheel almost is perfectly even with the outside of the insert. Now look at the inside. It's kind of out a little bit further. And I'm sure a lot of this has to do with the offsets and stuff, but if you look at this, it kind of recesses a little bit. What you want to notice here is the distance between the center of that ridge that goes down inside of this right here, between this point and this point, the center of the wheel. Now, that's this little ridge right here. That's going to go down in there. But what sometimes people overlook, and I've done it, believe me, I know, the distance between here and here aren't always the same. You're going to see some differences. See if I can get a good look. See the distance right there? See how much thicker that is versus this side? From that little ridge, the center of the tire, it's thinner. It's not as wide. See the difference? Let me get two of them together. Here's the front and back of the two side by side. See the difference? Now here's the front side. There's really no front or back here, but I'm just pointing this out so when you guys put your inserts in, you'll know which way you're putting them. This one is the side I want to the outside of my tire. You're going to get a lot more side bite. and the insert's going to be more center with the wheel. Now, if you do it this way, when you put the insert over the wheel, your tire is actually going to be laid back already more. So you're going to have a little looser side bite. You're not going to have as aggressive side bite. So, let's put this one on the way I would put it on my kit. I'm trying to do everything one hand here. I really need a cameraman, don't I? But you want to make sure those center pieces are in the middle. That little ridge's got to ride right inside there. Now you can kind of see how that looks back there, right? That's good. But look at the front. Now you've got more meat or more insert on the outside of the tire, and that's the side that's going to take all the beating and the rotations and stuff. See how that ridge goes in there? Good and meaty right there. That's what you want. Now, let's take the skinny side with less insert sticking out. I'm going to put it on there. This is the side, if I wanted to free my car up in the rear, let's say I had a lot of rear side bite, and I had the money or the time or just the want or the need, I could take and make a set of these tires, and it would free the rear of the car up. Now, make sure I kind of got these in there, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about here when I put them side by side. See the difference in the meat? This is going to be a lot less side bite when you're running your kit, because there's just not as much there. Look at there. You almost can't even see the baffles in there. And this one, like that, you can actually see them. You can kind of see how this lays back. It looks recessed, like it's almost going to be flush. Whereas with this one, you're actually getting a little more bulge out of the insert over the wheel. Here's the back side. Kind of can't see the waffles now because you got a lot more meat on the back side, and it protrudes further than the wheel. Whereas with this one, the inside is more even. Just the opposite. So, if you're running the AKAs, it's something to look for. I've actually messed up. That's how I figured this stuff out in the past. Because I'd throw on a tire and I'd be like, what the heck? Did I throw on a soft instead of a super soft or whatnot? And then when I built my next set of tires, I really checked out my inserts. I was like, okay, what's going on here? I thought maybe I'd screwed something up, and I did. I wanted more side bite, so that's the way you want to get it, for a little more side bite. If you want less side bite, spin them around to the thin side. Nonetheless, I'm sure they're designed that way because of the offset probably or something. But now you got these holes down there. You want to line these holes up with the baffle. If you keep, like this one's just a little bit off. See, I want that hole in the center of this, because that's going to actually give me a little more airflow. If I get this lined up all the way over here, let's say I get it where this hole's covered up, now I've just eliminated some air. Air is going to have a hard time escaping, and it's going to have a hard time getting back in, because I basically just put a piece of tape over the hole. So it's kind of something you want to kind of watch for when you start gluing your tire, but this gives you a good inside the tire look. Hopefully it'll help some of you guys out. If throw a tire on and you're like, okay, what's going on here? My car's loose. It could just simply be you got them on backwards, or backwards to what your result, what you was wanting to get out of the insert. So I'm still working on getting these tires cleaned up, so I'll get them things going, and hopefully I'll find somebody that can hold this phone for me and show you how I do the tire part. So we'll talk to you later. Have a good one, fellas.